Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Fierce Female Friday, April 22nd, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie Daytime. Joining me today, we have one third of one of the hottest television shows, one of the cast members of one of the hottest web series there is, award winning series streaming right now on Slate TV. Coleman will be joined. Andrew Coleman will be joining me today. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. He is here, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get right into this interview. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so good. I heard you say Andre Coleman. Andre is my brother, but yeah.
Please forgive me. Please
No
forgive me.
worries, no worries. Thanks for having me today.
Welcome to the Dollhouse. So before we get into this interview, how has 2022 been for you thus far? Because I know we've had some ups and some downs with this pandemic and so many things. How has it been for you thus far?
It's been busy. There's a lot just going on. Obviously I live in New York, so there's always something happening. There's so much art and theater. Um, you can kind of, I moved up here um in like March of last year, like end of February, and you can just see the city just kind of opening up a bit more. People are just, I think it's a little less tense and things like that. So, I'm confident it's going to be a really, really awesome year and awesome summer. I think people are so excited to get back outside and stuff. So, 2022, I can't complain. It's been good to me.
Okay, okay. And we're going to dive right into it. You're one third of the lead cast members of the hottest award winning web show there is for the boys. We'll get into that. So tell us, how did you get your start into acting?
Well, first of all, thank you for the love on the show. Like, honestly, hi. My friend is commenting. No, thank you for the love on the show. We really, really appreciate it. How did I get my start in acting? I feel like I was like four when this is what I tell everyone, is when I started like singing. And then I wasn't really the kid who wanted to like go outside and play and stuff like that. I was always the kid who wanted to Aggie Pride. I was always the kid who wanted to watch movies and listen to music, and I would like make all my cousins like, do some type of thing that I've choreographed or put together for the family and stuff like that. I was just always that kid. Like, me and Grass are not, we weren't fans of each other. But I think when I got to like high school, I had a really, really good mentor, and he said, Drew, you can get paid for this. Like, you can make this your living. And I was like, really? Okay. And I think from like 14 to now, oh my gosh, it's been 14 years. Yeah, I've been, pursuing the same thing, and God's been really good to me. So yeah.
All right. So who are some of your favorite actors that you idolize and look up to? And if you could work with any, who would be your top three choices?
Oh my goodness. That's a really good question, but also I have like answers right off the bat. Sterling K. Brown is one of my favorite actors of all time. I love him in This Is Us. I love just what he did with Randall Pearson and just showing a black man who experiences anxiety and panic attacks, and just I think there's a way in terms of like entertainment in the industry that like black men are supposed to look and supposed to act, and I think he takes that and just flips it on its head, and makes a lot of people like me feel really seen. So definitely him. Um, Other actors I would love to work with. Coleman Domingo, who's also like a producer on For the Boys. I
Yeah.
really just love his work, and I always have. I don't know any like what's up, Lamont? And I think I saw Chandler too. I think the other castmates are maybe here for a second. Hi guys. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, I don't know if you're a young black queer male artist in theater and Coleman Domingo's like not on your radar in some ways. So that was the same for me. Just watching him on, I think the first thing I saw him in was oh my gosh. Y'all kill me. What's that called? What's that show called that Coleman Domingo's in on Broadway that he was in? Um yeah. Anyway, so definitely them two. And you said top three? Oh geez.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wants to work with Viola Davis. Like, I don't,
Oh,
like, I don't know. I feel like I would just stare at her and be like, but I think that, yeah, definitely those three are people who have like, oh, and Gabrielle Union, Kerry Washington. I love both of them as well. So that's five. You said three. My bad.
No, go ahead. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna jump right into it because one of your
Okay.
castmates is here. Lamont plays the character of Saeed, and
Yes,
this
I
show
just saw
takes
him last
place
night.
in New York,
It does. Yeah.
and it follows the life of three black men that are in the LGBT community. For those of you who do not know, I'm a trans black woman, and the show resonates with me. So whenever y'all need a black trans actress on the show, please reach out to me. but
Period.
But like I was
Totally.
saying though, this show, I mean, it's never been done. And wait a minute, Drew's going in and out on us. Are we there, ladies and gentlemen?
I am. I'm here.
All right, we're back. Yes, I was
I'm
saying that
okay.
this has never been done except for Noah's Ark and Pose. These are the only shows that really showcase Black LGBT lifestyle. But when I seen this show and I've seen the nostalgia and everything that went on with this show right here, I said, this is something that I can watch. And I watched the entire show from beginning to end, the
Oh,
entire
geez.
season. So I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure that people are like, well, where's the season two? Well, let us put that cliffhanger, when Jamal went and did what he did. So tell us about For the Boys. What was it like getting the lead role as Anthony
Oh, so I actually play Jamal. Chandler plays
Jamal?
Anthony Chandler
Okay.
Bryant, brilliant, brilliant actor who is graduating from college in a couple weeks. Congrats, Chandler. But yes, I played Jamal, and what it was like getting the role. I was so in 2020, like around March, um, maybe February, March. My really good friend Ellis, we were like texting, and I was stuck on a cruise ship, when the pandemic happened, so I didn't have much to do. And he was like, "Hey, I have these scripts. Like, I would really love you to read them." And I was like, "Okay." So I read them, and they were so, and it's like, they don't look, a lot of it is very different from what we actually ended up filming, but just like what I had already received, I was reading this and I was like, I have to be part of this. Like, Ellis, like, I'll hold the boom. I'll get y'all coffee. Like, what's up? And he was like, "No, I want you to audition." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So when I got off the ship, I like to have my little 2 week quarantine. I made my audition video, and I think like maybe a week or something went by, and I was supposed to do like another callback, and that didn't happen. And it was like really late at night, and Ellis like FaceTimed me. I was like, "What's up?" Like, it's like 2 in the morning. What's up? And he was like, "Yeah, you don't have to worry about that callback on Friday." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Because you got the part," and I was like, "Nuh-uh." And then since that day, it's been like just like a dream come true. Like, it's really been insane, and playing Jamal has helped heal me in so many ways, and I've been able to just grow and I don't know, just like do some inner child like work with being the representation that I feel like I needed. Being able to be that for other people, I think, was very healing for me. So yeah, it's really been insane. I'm so grateful for the team and everyone. Like, we really, this is our baby, and I'm really happy that y'all like it and stuff. Yeah.
And we got some questions. Liz is also in the New York area.
Hi, Liz. What preparations go into making an audition video? Um, Too many. No, it depends. It depends on what you're auditioning for. If it's just like a something that does not require like singing or dancing, if it's just lines, you're just acting, then it's really memorizing your lines. Writing down like your beats or however you want to like do the scene. Getting a really nice setup, or at least something that is not distracting behind you, getting really nice lighting, and just going for it. I think people think that you have to have, like, you need to be, your face, your self tape needs to like look like a movie for you to get cast, and it's like, man, it needs to be presentable and stuff, and they need to be able to see you in your best light. But like, yeah, I think the preparations is just, yeah, knowing whatever it is that the team needs you to know, um warming up, and yeah, and also just like, don't overdo it. I would say that's another thing. It's just like not overdoing it. Do a few takes. If it's not feeling right, take a break, come back to it. But yeah, that's my philosophy. I hope that's helpful, Liz.
And in a way, I'm going to say this as well too, because this show's groundbreaking. You could
Thank you.
resonate with whatever the character is going through in their relationships. Like
Yeah.
your character Jamal, is in an interracial relationship.
Yeah.
And then Saeed's character, down low, that's something, dating a down low brother, like that's something that goes on within the LGBTQ community. And
Yeah.
I, as a trans woman, I know it firsthand. I'm just like, I can't deal. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people were talking back to the screen. I was talking back to the screen as well too. I'm like, When I
Yeah.
seen that Saeed and Jamal fell out, I was like, no. At the
Yeah.
party, I was like, y'all, I thought y'all were gonna get it together, and then it just, I can't give away the whole season. You guys have to go and check it out on Slate TV. But
Yes.
have you ever had any of these experiences happen to you on the show in real life? And how so has it helped you resonate with your character?
Um, that's a good question. Okay, so experiences, I don't have experience dating someone who is white. But I do have experiences feeling like I had to prove myself to someone or
Oh,
and I think that that's one of the biggest things yeah, with or just or feeling like I feel like one of the biggest issues with Jamal and Devin is I think that Jamal really wants to be like seen like by his partner, and I think ultimately that's the kind of issue between Jamal and Saeed, is that Saeed's like this, he's not, he's uh-oh, can y'all still hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. um yeah, Saeed's like, he's never really gonna see you, and I think that that's been something I've experienced just like in the dating world. Yeah, having to prove myself to people and feeling like I couldn't share how my romantic life with my friends. Definitely that. I've definitely had like friend issues. I don't think I've had problems with the friends as much as Jamal and Saeed do, but I think that comes from just because I've seen it, and I think that comes from people knowing each other for a long time and loving each other so hard and not necessarily knowing how to adequately communicate that love. Because when we think about love, we immediately think about like all these positive things and happiness and joy, but love has another side to it. Love manifests itself in a lot of different ways. And what I see and what I saw when I read the script and saw what was going on with Jamal and Saeed, I'm like, oh, these are people who love each other and they've known each other for a very long time, but they not in love. They are friends. They are not kai-kaiing. It's not that at all. They are just friends. But that I think love manifests itself in a lot of really difficult ways, and when you don't necessarily know how to properly communicate with someone that you care about, um, the fallout happens. Yeah. So yeah.
Another question from Liz. What is your greatest fear, if any?
My greatest fear. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of fears. No. Um, I guess in terms of like life, that's a hard one for me. I think, I don't know. I don't know if I have a greatest fear. I have things that I'm afraid of happening, but um, there's this quote that I heard when I was a kid that I just heard a bunch more times as I got older. But like, courage isn't the absence of fear; it's the decision that something is more important than fear. So there's a lot of things about life that scare me, but I try to make a choice every day to live courageously and do whatever the scary thing is anyway. And normally it works out, or normally I at least don't regret um, doing the scary thing because I either learned something or I grew or I got something really cool out of it, an amazing blessing. Life and acting. Okay. So I guess I said the life one. My biggest fear when it comes to acting, uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty, I love to act. I love to tell stories. I've always loved that. I think maybe, hmm, I don't know that I have a biggest fear when it comes to acting. It's like I could say like getting a role that I don't think I could do, but I think if anything is given to me, then I was meant to do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know that I have a biggest fear when it comes to acting. But thank you for the question. I'm sorry I don't have like a concrete answer.
And you're in New York, so I know Broadway is something that's definitely has to be on your radar. And
Yeah.
I know that doing Broadway and what then taping a show is a completely different situation because in front of an audience, you can forget your words. Anything can happen. Worst case scenario, worst
Yeah.
comes to worst.
Yeah.
So that's what I think Liz means when she talks about fear. And being in the arts
Oh,
can sometimes become a lonely place. Have you faced this?
yes, yes. The arts being lonely. Yeah, definitely. I remember being in college. I was very focused on I needed to be on stage a lot. Like that was how I was gonna get through college because I didn't really want to go. So I was like, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be on that stage. So I had to miss out on a lot of family things. There are memories that I just don't share with my family because I wasn't there. Also, like just the life of an actor, you are often traveling a lot and you don't really
Mm.
get to like put up roots anywhere. So most of my friendships have been long distance friendships. And I've learned because I've just been doing this for a minute, I've just like, that's just how it works for me. So it's not that hard. Um, but yeah, it definitely gets a little lonely. That's when you reach for your chosen family. I'm so grateful for the chosen family that I have. That was even, made even bigger by grabbing all these lovely people in for the boys. So yeah, God's been really good in that regard. Yeah.
And y'all have like a brotherhood. One thing I can say about this particular platform, this show, if you guys have not seen it, it is on Slate TV right now on YouTube. Please
Hmm.
go and check it out and stream it. I know I'm going to binge watch it. It's a perfect show to watch for the springtime because springtime is all about love and relationships. So many different things
Yeah.
blooming in the air. So one thing I can say about For the Boys is that this show follows the life of three black men that are in the LGBT community. The only time that this has ever happened is Noah's Ark. And
Hmm.
then fast forward 20 years later, we have Pose. What I would love to see is more mainstream television shows that represent us in the LGBT community. Yes, there's
Right.
Chasing Reality, there's Chasing Atlanta that showcase the music side and so many different things. But I would
Yeah.
love to see more shows. And there is the creator of the show, Ellis Dawson,
Hey, yes,
ladies
that's
and
Ellis.
gentlemen.
That's one of our fearless leaders. Him and Makai like really just like, can I curse? They like fucked up that script. Like they really, yeah,
And
they're
it's the
really amazing.
nostalgia of what I love about it. When I watched the show and I seen the house party scene, I thought of Living Single instantly because it gives you that 90s feel. It gives you that nostalgia, the way the style, the fashion, the way you guys dress, the atmosphere. New York. When I think of New York, I think of Living Single because Living Single was also a show that was about dating,
Hmm.
relationships, but it's a different version. It follows the
Yeah.
life of three black men that are in the LGBT community. And I just love the show. So if you guys have
Thank you.
not seen it, please go and check it out. Now, did you guys have a say so as far as your looks goes for the characters?
Yes. Okay. So the first four episodes, a lot of the looks came from our like own closets. I know that Elsa Mackay like got some pieces for me. And then when we shot our last six, we had some people come onto the team, Paris and Ronnie, who if y'all look at the episodes, y'all see how our looks kind of evolved from the first half and the second half. But yeah, we definitely got to say, they definitely were very focused on making sure we were comfortable and everything and that we felt confident and things like that. But yeah. And then like to see the episode come out, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, right on. So yeah, we definitely got say in that. They were really, really, they wanted us to feel like we just felt confident and like felt that we looked good. You know what I mean? So yeah, very blessed for the team.
I'll say this. It's one scene that really took me out where Anthony is walking down the street singing really, really loud.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be me. My Stephanie, she's here. She knows my personality, so I'm the bold one out of the friends. So I definitely would be a little bit of Anthony because I would so do something like that. If it's
Yeah.
not in the shower, if I'm feeling a song, it would be out in public, so you would
Yeah.
hear
Yeah. Period. I mean, yeah. And honestly, out of the three of us, Chandler would probably do that before me and Lamont. Chandler's definitely the one to, I think Chandler was doing "I Want to Thank You" by Alicia Myers. I think that's what the song was
it.
that we
Yeah.
that we ended up going with. Yeah. So yeah. I'm sure that was really fun for
All
them to
right.
film.
And what my question is for you as a black man in the LGBT community and as an actor, as a content creator. what do you think about the current state of television shows that, I mean, it's very little, like, ever since Pose ended, it's like the microphone, the telescope is very, very thin when we look at television shows that showcase us in the LGBT community. And for me being a trans woman,
Yeah.
for me, what's groundbreaking is seeing T.S. Madison having her show. And
Yeah.
that's the only thing that is out right now. I mean,
Yeah.
she would be the first to do it in mainstream. But why do you think that? And I've asked some hip hop artists that are in the LGBT community, like Bug Scudder, shout out to him, he's in the New York area. This question as well too. I'm asking you from the actor standpoint. What do you think about mainstream not showcasing enough Black LGBT content creators, actors, producers in general?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I think that currently we are in the midst of what feels like a renaissance when it comes to the entertainment industry. I think that for the boys itself has a lot to do with this, but I think that marginalized voices are now getting a chance to be showcased, and we're getting a chance to, I don't want to say prove, because we don't have to prove anything, but just to show people that we are more than just side characters, we are more than just punchlines, sex objects, all these things that they try to make us out to be. We're so much more than that. So I think with more content, like for the boys, like Pose, I think that we will definitely see more accurate representation. A Strange Loop on Broadway right now is a musical that is on Broadway about a fat, Black, queer young man. And that is so like remarkable and unheard of, So it's definitely time. The time is now. And I think that, yeah, I just can't wait to continue to be a part of that, continue to be a voice for people who like don't get to speak up for themselves. But I'm definitely excited. I think if we had this conversation in 5 years, I think I'd be like, I told you, I told you, I told you. Like, it's all happening. Even in the music industry, we have Saucy Santana, we have Lil Nas X, we have these people who are openly saying, hey, I am queer and I love myself and I want you to love yourself, and I think that that will continue and only grow. I don't think we can be stopped at this point, and I'm excited to see where we go as a community.
And it's funny you mentioned the music industry. For those of you who do not know, Janelle Monáe came out as non-binary.
They did. Yeah.
It's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And things are shifting, times are shifting. But like I said, the only way, that someone got into mainstream would have to been T.S. Madison, the first Black trans woman to have her television show on mainstream. Like that's never been done. And Pose and MJ Rodriguez getting her award as the first Latina, it's time to make a change to showcase more and more of the LGBTQ community. And I'm just like, okay, yes, we can be on reality shows like The Chase in Atlanta, which is a groundbreaking reality show right now, and it's very, very hot. But I would love to see more of us in mainstream TV as well too. And my platform I've been told people that my platform, you're so inclusive. And I try to be inclusive with everybody. I give you LGBT and I give you the other side as well too. And it balances out perfectly. You get music, you get fashion, you get beauty, all of that and so much more here on this platform. And I try to make sure that everyone is included so nobody's left out at home like, wait, she forgot. No, I want everyone to be included into the dollhouse here. And for the boys, you definitely have touched that on things that Black men in the LGBT community go through, whether it's, let's see, interracial dating. There's things that go on with that in the community. I can relate to dating a down low brother. Trust me, been there, done that. I won't ever do it again. Ooh, it's too much. So when Sayu said, you know what, enough is enough, that was me right there. And I'm pretty sure there's everybody else watching as well too. It comes a lot with dating someone who is not comfortable within their sexuality. And I'm not going to say we're not going to force anyone out of the closet. That's not the intent at all. It takes time. It's not easy. I came out when I was 13 years old to my mom.
Wow.
And moms instantly know, like, especially growing up in the South. I'm in South Carolina. So growing up down here, it's like, the religion, the Bible Belt, It's the whole nine. But my
Yeah.
mom is not having it. She said, you know what? You need to tell me the truth. Do you like boys or do you like? I said, I like boys. So, then I told her, okay, I want to be a girl. So
Yeah.
shout
Yeah.
to Timberlands. And baby, now we rocking these stilettos over here. So it's a completely different thing. And
Yeah.
my advice to people out here who are struggling to come out is just living your truth and walking your truth. And I think for the boys can help young black men, young black women, or young non-binaries, non-gender conformists who are coming out to their parents because it's not an
Yeah.
easy thing. It's not.
Yeah, I said this a couple days ago. Gerard Carmichael recently came out as gay. He's an actor and writer in Hollywood, and I saw a video of him just talking about his coming out experience, and I said that if our show, if For the Boys can help people like Gerard and people and just young, black queer folks, or actually black queer folks of any age, just like live in their truth and know that it's okay and that they're going to be okay, then we have done our job. Like, I think that is the biggest goal. Ellis always talks about how he wants the show to be a balm, something that is healing for our community. And from the responses that we've received, from what I've read, and from the lovely things that people have said to me, I do believe that that is happening. So yeah, in terms of coming out, the advice that I would give, you grew up in South Carolina, I grew up in North Carolina. I didn't really understand and fully accept who I was until I was in college. And I came out like, I think I was 20, 21. I think I was 21 when I told my mom. I don't remember. But yeah, it's been quite a journey, but I'm definitely not going back in there. I can't, I'm very confident in my acting abilities, but I'm not trying to play a character off and on stage, I'm just trying to do my characters on stage. So in real life, I just want to be Drew, and I want to be Drew in my fullness and my blackness, my queerness. And yeah, it might be harder in some ways, and people might not accept it, but the people who mind don't matter. The people who matter don't mind. So yeah.
Absolutely. And Liz
Yeah.
just asked a very powerful question. Do you feel the difficulty comes from self acceptance first, then the acceptance of family?
In terms of coming out,
Yes.
was it difficult? What? Let me see. I think so. As I grew up, like as a kid, I had feelings, I had experiences, but I didn't really understand or pinpoint like what they were. So I think it was easier for me once I accepted myself to then
Mm.
reveal myself to my mom. I believe was she the first person in my family I came out to? I don't remember. She was one of the first. But yeah, like once I accepted it within myself, I'm like, oh, I'm not telling you so that you accept me. I'm telling you so that you know. You know what I mean? And I think that that is a better way to do it. I think that for anyone like struggling with coming out, you are valid and beautiful and don't need the acceptance um, of your family. You don't need it. You have the LGBTQIA plus community is so vast and wonderful, and you will find your chosen family. And again, the people who mind don't matter. You know what I mean? And I know it's hard. RuPaul says this. He said, I think in Drag Race at season 5, he was like, "We as queer people get to choose our family," and yeah, I think that's very, very true. So I think, but I do, to answer the question, I definitely think it's, for me, I had to accept myself first. So that when I came to people and said this, it wasn't like, oh, you don't like it, so I guess I'm not gay anymore. That's not how that works. So yeah, I think accept self first, and then it'll be a lot easier to not give a damn if other people don't accept you. Hi, Charles. Charles
Absolutely.
plays Charles in For the Boys. But yes,
Welcome, Charles. Well, yeah, this is an award-winning show, you guys. Please, again, go to Slate TV right now and check it out. Subscribe to Slate TV. Slate TV has everything, all things Black and LGBT. Please go
yeah,
and check it out.
yes,
And I love this because it showcases so much more. It's a wide range and variety of different programs on the LGBT community because there's so many facets when it comes to us. There's so many layers, and people are
yeah.
trying to be open. What I love about 2022 now is that people are being open and
Hmm.
having more understanding and educating themselves on pronouns and different things like that, and dating in the LGBT community. It's so much that comes along with us in this community. You mentioned
Totally.
RuPaul, and I agree with what you said and what RuPaul said as well too. I remember that episode. Um, I'm thinking for shows like Pose. You're in the New York area, so I'm pretty sure you're familiar with everything that goes on in the ballroom scenes and
Of
the
course, yeah.
houses and different things. What I love about that is that kind of gives you a family in a
Yeah,
way. If you don't have a family, because there's LGBT people out here that get put out for not, you know, not living to their parents' standards, or not, they get put out because they want to walk in their truth.
yeah,
And it's not right. So thank God for the ballroom scenes. You can develop your family there. And the thing about the LGBT community is we stand 10 toes down for each other. We have our
absolutely.
disagreements and things, but in the way we all unite under those letters. And
Yeah,
it's just different facets to it. So
totally.
education is definitely key. And Liz wants to know, what do you love and enjoy being part of the LGBT community?
That's a good question. I think, specifically about being Black and LGBTQ, because that's just my experience. So I want to speak on that. It's pretty amazing how we as queer folks of color, but specifically Black queer folks, how much we influence culture. I don't think people really understand that behind pretty much everything you see on a TV screen is probably a Black queer person behind there. Fashion, music, all kinds of art, literature. It's just makeup. Like so much of it is influenced heavily by Black queer folks, Black queer art, Black queer experience, and it gets obviously like appropriated and shipped out to the masses, and people don't get their appropriate credit. But I think that's one of my favorite parts about being Black and queer, just like the way that I am allowed the opportunity that I get to look at, like the way I get to look at the world as a Black queer person and be like, oh, I know where that comes from, or me existing and thriving is in direct resistance to like what the world says. So I think I don't know, I love it. It's hard. It's not the easiest thing I've ever done, but I would never stop doing it. I would never wish for anything else. I'm very grateful that God made me this way, and that hasn't always been like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
It hasn't been easy for any of us in the
Yeah,
LGBT community, with Black content creators in general, trying to elevate and get our voices out here. We're just trying to
right.
let you know we're here, we exist. We, like you said, we do fashion. I know for me, I'm a fashion girl, as you guys can see from my Instagram. I'm always posting something. So
Period. Yeah.
I said this the last time on my show with my co-host Johnny, who is an ally. I said we are the culture.
Yeah.
LGBT people are the culture. We
Yeah.
influence so many things, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, whether it's art. We
Yeah.
influence everything. And you can't do things. There wouldn't be any content if it wasn't for us. We
Yeah.
provide that for you. We give you that.
Yeah. Very
So
true.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time before we get our recognition and our flowers. And people are starting to slowly but surely see that. It's just a
So
matter of time.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah. Completely agree.
all right. And my question for you is, because I'm pretty sure, where do you think your character would be if there was a season two?
Well, um, you know, the thing about season two is that there's not a ton of things I could say. Let me see. Where I would say I'm gonna say where I would like Jamal to be. I would like Jamal to I would like to see Jamal thrive. Um, I would like to see Jamal just I would love to see him and Saeed like figure it out. I would love to see him succeed art wise and with his photography. Yeah, there's not too much I could say. I would love to see. Oh, you know what I want to see? I want to see where Anthony and Raymond, where they end up going. I want an episode,
Mm.
with the cruise to Puerto Rico or whatever. I want to see that. Um, I want to see Saeed work on himself and all that kind of stuff. So there's but whatever we have coming, I think y'all will be very, very, very happy with. So yeah.
All right. So shout outs to Ellis. I'm pretty sure Ellis is going to cook up something amazing. I can't wait for it. Again,
Yeah,
watch
he
it
and
from
Makai,
beginning to end.
right? Yeah, he and Makai are already like right now working so hard behind the scenes, to just uplift our show and bring out something really really special. And once it's announced, it's announced and out there, and just everything comes to fruition. I think y'all will be really happy with it. But yeah, they've been working so hard for so long, and we really owe the two of them like so much. Yeah.
It's Earth Day. What element of Earth do you relate to and why? It sure is.
It is Happy Earth Day, y'all. Go smoke some green. No, I'm kidding. My the element. Yeah, I'm a fire sign. I think I'm a double fire sign. Um, However, I think I relate most with like water. I love to swim. I love the ocean. I love like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would say fire and water. I know they're like very opposites, but like I can be very fiery and very like I don't know, like social, but I also just love water and how flowing and soothing and healing it is. So yeah, those are the two.
Great question, Liz.
I
Great
know Liz is
question.
really coming with these like these like Vogue 72 question things. Like I'm like, okay, go off.
All right. All right, fashion dolls. It is time for our games. With Andrew here, we're going to get into the rapid five. And Andrew has to tell us five things that he can't live without. And we're also going to get into something called turn the tables, where my guests get to ask me questions as well too. So uncensored and unfiltered. You guys just have to stay tuned. All right. So we're going to start off with the rapid five. What are five things that Andrew can't live without?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my friends. I love my friends. I love my chosen family. I love like my crew. So I definitely can't live without them. I'm a very social person. Um, music. Music is, I am a person who experiences anxiety. So a lot of times just walking throughout New York, just having some music in my ears is very, very helpful for me. Um, what's up, Eglin? Let me see. You said three more things. Jeez. Um, I'm not gonna say weed. Um, no, for real. My family. I also really love my family. I think that's different than my friend group because my
Yeah.
friends are the ones I picked, but my family is the ones I was born with. So that's three. Four, definitely. This is very like niche. I really like juice, but I like to freeze it and put it in the freezer and just like drink it as slushies. I definitely can't live without that. It is just
You?
like it's like the perfect snack. I don't know what it is, but like everyone who knows me, if you go to the corner store to get me something, put that shit in the freezer for about 2 hours at least and turn that shit up on high. Um, that's four. And five, gum. I'm very big on breath and like specifically mine smelling good. So like I'm probably gonna like I don't have any gum in now because I don't want to like be rude, but like I'm definitely like popping some in after this is we get off of here. But yeah, yeah, definitely gum. I feel like I could buy stock in extra gum. Hi Eddie, don't laugh at me.
Welcome, welcome. If you're just coming in, we just got through with the rapid five. Andrew told us five things that he can't live without, and those are his five things, fashion dolls. All
Yes,
right,
yes,
so
yes.
we are going to turn the tables, and this is where my guests get to ask me questions as well. And I don't know. Well, we got a question from Liz. If you could be a superhero, who would you be? Let my cocoa out.
These are for you, right? These aren't for me.
That one is for you.
If I could be a superhero, hmm, I automatically was like, who's black? Like that's the first thing I went to. It's like who's black? Um, that's a good and literally Frozone just came to my mind. Um, but yeah, probably Frozone. Where's my super suit and all that? Yeah, I think I would love to go like I would love to do Halloween and be a superhero like one day. I've never like really dressed up for Halloween ever. I think I did Hallelujah night and I was Moses when I was a kid, but I don't think that counts. So that was a bunch of bed sheets and stuff. But I really want to like do it. Hi Anna. But yeah.
Welcome. If you're just coming in, Fashion Dolls, we are about to turn the tables, and Andrew is about to ask me some questions. And Andrew gets to ask as many as he wants. I have to answer them all. It is time to turn those tables, Fashion Dolls.
Okay. My first question is, what is your favorite episode of For the Boys?
My favorite episode would have to be the house party moment. It would
Okay.
have to be the house party episode where you guys had the 90s theme kicked back and the scene where all three of you danced to the TLC song. So
Yeah.
that was my favorite. It gave
Yeah.
me, again, that nostalgia is what people want. And I'm such a music lover. So when I heard the song come on and all three of y'all came out dancing to it, I said, yes, this is giving me
Yeah.
living single because remember the iconic bathroom scene where Queen Latifah and the ladies were all dancing in the bath. That's what I thought. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Shooting the house party was something else. It was a really I don't did we shoot that all in one? I feel like maybe we shot that in two, maybe three sections. But like the house party, that scene, we had to turn the AC off. So it was just a lot of bodies. We was tired, but we worked it out. And like I'm so happy with how it came out. Okay. Another question. If you could live do you still live in South Carolina?
yes.
Okay, if you could live anywhere else in America, where would it be?
I would have to say either New York or London. I love fashion.
Oh,
So
London.
again,
Okay.
it would be New York for the
Okay.
fashion.
Period. Okay, okay, okay. Um uh what designer, speaking of fashion, would you like to style you for the Met Gala? If you're like, I'm Stevie, I'm going to the Met Gala, who's designing you?
I would have to say, oh man, he's still not here. I wish he was. It would be Manfred Terry Mugler.
Okay.
Definitely.
So I knew you were gonna say Mugler. Like I was like, yeah, she's definitely gonna say Mugler. I don't know why yeah, okay, period, period. Okay, I'm gonna ask one more. Um, okay. What is I don't know, are you a reader, first of all?
Yes, I'm a
Okay, so what's
bookworm. My head
what is
stays in the
your
book.
one of your favorite books? Just like one of the most recent ones you've read, your favorite one, or one that like sticks out to you.
I love Maya Angelou, so I would have to go with I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. And then of
Okay,
course a
period.
phenomenal woman book, which is just one simple.
Yeah, yeah. She actually, when I was a freshman in college, she came to speak to us, and I'm really grateful that I got to see her. She passed shortly after that, but she sang to us, and
Oh,
I actually don't remember anything that she said. I just remember sitting there watching Maya Angelou sing to me, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like it was just a very
unreal.
surreal experience. But yeah, yeah, those are all the questions I think I got. Those are good answers.
All right, fashion dolls. Do we have any more questions for Andrew for the boys related or anything? Fashion dolls, this is such a great conversation, and I hope you guys are taking something from this. Please go subscribe to Slate TV. I keep saying it over and over because you guys need to go and check out for the boys.
Yes, yes, and also check us out on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram at fortheboys.series. We are on Twitter at fortheboystv. So yeah, come interact with us, chat with us, have a good time with us. I think if you go to the Instagram, you'll see all the Instagrams of all the boys and all the characters and Ellis and Makai, and just you can just chat with them and send them some love. Yeah.
And shout outs to whoever picked out the music for this show because you guys, what I loved about it is that Ellis and Makai gave you guys each a playlist that resonates with you guys' scene. And that's what I love. It
Yeah.
resonates with your personality of your character and everything. The fashion,
Yeah.
everything, it ties in beautifully. So
Yeah, our soundtrack gets a lot of praise. I think Ellis and
mm,
Mackay also, they curated the music for this, and a lot of these artists are just friends of Ellis's and Mackay's. The young woman who plays V on our show, um Yana Perot plays V, and she also, her music is in the show. A good friend of the show is Lindsay Hales. Her music is in the show. Jalen Josie, who I don't know if y'all know Pressure by Ari Lennox, but Jalen Josie wrote that. Her
yes.
music, Jalen's music, is in the show. She went to college with Ellis, I believe. So yeah, there's a lot of really, really good music there. Like we actually have a playlist on Spotify, so go on there and you'll get like a list of just a bunch of amazing songs. Yeah.
Again, executed perfectly. And we got a question from Liz. Liz wants to know, what do these words make you feel? Sky, clouds, leaves, or waves?
All of them to collectively make me think about nature. Sky, I definitely take a second to stare at the sky like every day after work. Normally I'll just come and sit on my front porch for like 5, 10 minutes and just like look at my neighborhood or just think about my day. Clouds. I like I'm a kind of guy, like I love a sunny day. Like today is like really, really nice, but also like a gloomy days. Just because. Oh no, did I go away? I'm back. I like a gloomy
No, you
day
bet.
because like I can just stay inside and just chill, like bundle up. Leaves makes me think of fall, which is one of my favorite seasons. Just because like of the beauty of it. I grew up around like a lot of trees. I grew up in North Carolina, so just seeing the leaves change is a lovely memory of mine. And then waves reminds me of the ocean. I really love the ocean. So yeah, yeah.
Great questions. Great questions, Fashion Dolls. Do we have any more questions for Andrew or myself? Again, For the Boys is out right now. Please go and subscribe to Slate TV. Go and check it out. It's an amazing show. It's an award-winning show. So please go and check it out. And again, it's groundbreaking. If you love
Thank you.
Noah's Ark, you'll love For the Boys. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. It was crazy to get like the co-sign from Noah's Ark and from Daryl Stevens, who's a friend of the show, and that was
Yeah.
that was really insane. Like I can't believe that happened. But yeah,
And shout outs to Patrick and Paul who produced the show Noah's Ark and also P Valley as well too.
absolutely.
What is
What
an
is an
item?
item
Go ahead,
you've
I'm
kept
sorry.
since child? What's an item you've kept since childhood? Um, I don't. Okay, so my mom is not really a sentimental gal when it comes to things like that. So she always encouraged me just like let go of things that I don't use anymore. I don't know where they are. I have this one pair of like gym shorts that I probably got in sixth or seventh grade that I still like wear to this day. That's probably the oldest thing I have from childhood. Um, but yeah, I really like them. They're very comfortable, and yeah, they the elastic still works. So because I'm definitely not like seventh grade size anymore, but yeah.
Yes, and there's somebody you said your mom is the same way. There's somebody I cannot remember her name. I think her name is Marie, and she
Mm.
goes through and she rearranges people's houses and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that. And she'll say, okay, this is what you need to keep, this is what you need to get rid of. And she'll say,
yeah,
why do you hold on to that? Why do we hold on to things, you know? And even I'm the same way. So I have a lot of things, but I hold on to things for some sentimental value. Like if someone
yeah,
in my family passed on, I know I lost my
absolutely.
sister in 2018.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
she, sometimes, thank you, sometimes she would go out and she would want me to do her makeup, and I kept her makeup cases on my vanity. So it's things like that that are sentimental. So definitely can relate to what your mom is saying. And that's for a lot of us. So this lady's named Marie, and she goes around and she rearranges people's homes, gets them in order. She says, okay, why do you keep this? Why do you hold on to this value? And this is something that I hope you guys can take from this interview as well, too. Let go of things if they're causing you pain, but if there's some sentimental value to you, hold on to it. Trust me, they'll be with you for a lifetime. And those are things that I cherish. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I believe that's Marie Kondo. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's her. That
Right
is
on,
her.
right on. Yeah, I agree.
All right, Fashion Dolls. Any last questions for myself or Andrew in this amazing conversation? I'm so glad to have you here and honored to have you here as
Uh,
one of the lead on this award-winning show. It's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Every time we get, I don't know, praise for the show, it's just very, it's incredibly humbling, especially when it comes from fellow Black queer folks. I think that like kind of means something a little bit deeper to us because we made it for you and we made it for all of the, people in our specific community. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for the love and thank you for having me. And thank you all in the comments for being so nice. And yeah, we really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. What is your takeaway from life? I don't know. I don't know if I've lived enough life. My takeaway from life so far, I don't know. Be scared and do it anyway. Yeah. Be scared and do it anyway. Let me see. What is your power word? Yes. Yeah, I think my power word is yes. I've been in this space of just like kind of allowing the good feeling to come or allowing the good thing to come. So even if it's a thing, and that's why I say that my like takeaway from life is be scared and do it anyway. Is I even if something is coming toward me that is scary, but I know it might be good for me or it might bring me like happiness or joy, even though it's scary, like I'll definitely do it most of the time. Yeah. My strength as a man. I don't know. I think again, I'm gonna say my strength as a Black queer man. I'm just able to see life in certain ways, and just being in an just being a part of a marginalized group helps me to. I think it helps me as an actor definitely because empathy is super important as an actor. Just being able to like walk in someone's shoes, and I think that when you are a part of not one but two discriminated communities, being Black and being queer, you're just able to zoom out a little bit better than if I were straight. If I was a straight white man, that's a lot of blind spots going on. Being Black and queer, you get to back up a little bit and be like, you get to see life a little bit differently. So yeah, that's where that comes from. I like that be scared and do it anyway. I'm definitely hold on to that. Yeah. I don't know. I grew up really scared of a lot of things, but I just be scared and do it anyway. That is the reason I'm in New York. I moved here frightened, terrified. This is my third time moving here, but I've been here the longest. And like I was so terrified that I would like crash and burn and that things would go wrong, and things go wrong because it's life. But I'm still here and I did it anyway, and I'm grateful for all of it. So yeah.
And that comes from optimism and, more importantly, manifestation. You put it out
Absolutely.
there in the universe. And we
Yeah.
talked about this kind of on my show just last week about doing things out of fear. Never let fear stop you from following. I'm glad that Liz asked that question about, since it's Earth Day, what element of the earth would you? I would definitely be fire. I'm a Scorpio. Even though
Okay.
my sign is a water sign, I'm a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that whatever you put out there in the universe is going to come back full circle. And I'm the type of person, I love to do things out of adventure and out of passion. And I live life through fire. What I like to call live life through fire. I have the fire inside of me. And it's because I love to take risks. I love to step outside of my comfort zone and do things. I've done things throughout my career that have helped me along the way. And some things I've just kind of looked at like, maybe I need to sit back and reevaluate that. And
Yeah.
that comes from self-preservation. That someone was saying that self-reflection, self-preservation, there's nothing wrong with that. And we've got another question. If I did not understand the journey of an LGBT person, what is one word you would tell me to help me begin to understand?
The word I would use is love. I think that seems like tacky or cliche, but I think it just encompasses the community and who we are and why we do the things we do. Everybody, we are just like everyone else. We want to be loved and seen like everyone else. So I think the biggest thing that I would say is love. Yeah. And it doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean we all think the same or make the same decisions. But I think the vast majority is just love. I think that's the first place you should look when trying to understand the LGBT community. Yeah.
And ask. It's good to establish healthy conversation. We don't bite, just sit
Yeah.
down and have a conversation. We live in a day and age where everybody thinks, to respond first and not ask. Sometimes it's best to just sit down and have a conversation. Again, self-preservation, self-reflection,
Yeah.
reflection and conversation helps a long way. And that's how I see it. In order to establish those healthy boundaries and so much more in a healthy dynamic and a healthy relationship and a healthy friendship person.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking them. Yeah, thank you for asking the questions, Liz. But yeah, this has been such a great interview. Thanks for having me, Stevie. Oh my goodness.
You are so welcome, and I would love to have you back in the future. All three of you guys,
That would be
Definitely
dope.
an Ellis.
Yeah. And Makai as well. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yeah. I would love that.
Definitely. It was such an honor having you here. And my last thought, what piece of advice would you give to someone that is looking to come out and discover themselves, to find their truth, and that is also looking to be the next Andrew Coleman or the next, you know, Mackay or the next Ellis? What advice would you give to the next up and coming generation that want to follow in your footsteps?
The biggest thing, be the first you. I think that it is such an I never even thought of anyone wanting to be like the next Andrew Coleman, but I would say be the first you. There's
Yeah.
nobody like you. There's nobody like Drew. There's nobody like Stevie. There's nobody like Liz or Chandler. Hey Chandler, but there's just nobody like there's nobody like you. So I think that's the biggest thing. In terms of like following your dreams and stuff, just especially in entertainment and especially in like the industry we're in, there are going to be a lot of setbacks or things that make you feel like you're not enough or you can't do it. I remember in 2018, I was done. It was the end of the year. I was like, I really want to quit. I was at dinner with my best friend and I said, I'm never going to quit, but right now, I really don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of it. And I think a couple of days later, or maybe that, yeah, a couple of days later, I think it was packet. I found out that I got to call back for something. So it's really yeah, don't don't stop trying and don't stop like learning and growing. Go to class. If you're studying it in college, go to class because once you get out of college, it costs money. So if you're studying theater in school, if you're training and it's free, take advantage of all that. Experience life. Breathe. Don't take yourself too seriously. But yeah, if you have a goal, just like try to be as focused as you can, but just like live, just live. I think that's what I would say to the younger me. Just like breathe and live and like relax. It's all gonna work out the way it's supposed to. You have enough impersonators. Being yourself is worth the effort. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everyone else is taken, so just be yourself. That's such a cliche, but it's just the truth. I think the reason why Ellis, Mackay, Chandler, and Lamont, these brilliant people I get to work with, are so brilliant is because they are, they know who they are and they did the work to kind of like figure that out, and they still are. We're all very young, so we're still kind of like ever evolving. But like when I look at these four other people, part of our like Fab Five, I'm like, I'm really blessed to know each and every one of you, and I've learned something from each and every one of them, and I'm so blessed to kind of just be a part of that group and know that like, I've perhaps been able to teach them something too. So yeah,
And each one teach one. The next generation, they're
right,
following in our footsteps. So it doesn't hurt to ask. Only a
yeah,
little bit of that.
totally.
All right. So let everyone know where they can follow you and check out some of your projects.
Okay, yes, yes. Y'all can follow me at Drew Boy Genius. I guess I'll write it in here, like BOI. Yeah, it's that one right there. Y'all can follow me there if you want to. I'm Drew Boy Genius on like pretty much every platform. I'm mostly on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, yeah, that's where y'all can come check me out if you want. But
All
yeah,
right. Thank you so much, Andrew. This was amazing. And shout outs to all the cast members. Shout outs to Ellis, Mackay. Shout outs to everyone who was a part of this amazing trailblazing project. Please go and check out For the Boys on Slate TV on YouTube. Go and subscribe to Slate TV and check it out. Watch it from beginning to end. You guys will love it. You won't be disappointed. And definitely, more importantly, lead with love. I'm your beautiful hostess, Miss Stevie, and thank you all so much for tuning into Style by Stevie Daytime. Take care.
thanks guys. Bye.